The best double needle compound feed walking foot machines.
Which one wins?
Hey there, today we're talking about two fantastic industrial sewing machines, the typical GC20608 and the SewingStar 4420. Choosing the right machine can feel overwhelming, so let's walk through this together. Honest info to help you decide what's best for your needs. And hey, whether you are stitching thick leather, upholstery, leather clothing, automotive interiors or outdoor equipment, this information will be essential. Let's dive in. First up, the typical GC20608. This machine is the trusted workhorse in your operation. Here's why you will love it. Double needles allowing for parallel stitching, with needle spacing 6.4 mm apart. There are also optional gauge sets, depending on your production requirements. The walking foot glides through thick layers, no slipping. It combines multiple feeding mechanisms for exceptional fabric control, particularly for bulky materials, ensuring precise and consistent stitching through simultaneous movement. This mechanism involves the presser foot that moves in conjunction with the lower feed dogs. It holds the fabric down and then lifts and moves, ensuring the top layers feed at the same rate as the bottom layers, which prevents slippage, especially in multiple layer projects. The compound feed, or triple feed, is the most advanced feeding system, where there are three elements: the needle, lower feed dogs, and an inner presser foot that move forward and backward together in unison. The outer presser foot then handles the lifting and repositioning for the next stitch. Stitch length up to 9 mm, perfect for heavy fabrics like leather or canvas, runs at 3000 RPM. That's fast but super smooth with a servo motor. However, I would recommend not sewing above 2000 RPM for long-lasting reliability, as it's not a sprint, it's in a marathon, and built to last.
See how even these stitches are? That's the magic of a compound feed walking foot. It just powers through without any fuss. Now, this machine is not the cheapest option out there, but if you are sewing heavy materials every day, this one's worth the investment.
Next, meet the budget-friendly SewingStar 4420. Now let's talk about this superstar, a great option if you are watching your budget but still want serious power. Here are some parameters which you will notice are remarkably similar to the typical machine. Handles up to 5 mm thick materials. Think heavy denim and leather. 2000 to 3000 RPM, comes standard with a quiet servo motor. Remember to stick to that 2000 RPM limit. Same 9 mm max stitch length as the typical GC20608, just shorter reverse stitches, 5 mm, and it includes a table, motor and thread stand, ready to roll out of the box, but you don't have to worry about that. It comes completely assembled if required, and obviously after a thorough test.
The SewingStar might not be quite as heavy duty as the typical GC20608, but for most thick fabrics it does a fantastic job, and at a more affordable price.
Fair warning though, the clutch motor provided by other suppliers is very loud. If noise or high electricity bills bother you, our 750 watt energy saving servo option is totally worth it.
Now, which one should you choose? So, which machine is right for you? Let's break it down. Typical GC20608. Perfect if you are sewing super thick or tough materials daily, like a pro upholsterer or tent jumping castle maker. It's built to manage anything. SewingStar 4420. Ideal for hobbyists or small businesses needing heavy-duty stitching without the big price tag. Great for occasional leather or thick fabrics.
No wrong answers here. It just depends on what you are sewing and what's your budget.
Quick tips for both machines. Before you go, here's a golden tip for any machine. Always hold the thread when you start stitching. It keeps those first few stitches neat and avoids your new machine getting jammed. Oh, and use heavy-duty needles, such as 135x17, for thick materials for better fabric penetration. At the end of the day, we just want you to love our machines.
Whether it's the typical GC20608, the SewingStar 4420, or something entirely different, that's why I'm here, to help you without the pressure. Got questions? Scan this QR code to WhatsApp me for further info, and if this helped you, please give me a thumbs up or subscribe for more no-nonsense reviews. All the best for your success, my Bost friends.